Hello everyone, today we are doing a GP non-fiction book review, and the book that I chose to share to you today is about the 48 Laws of Power. And this book is written by Robert Greene, an American author which is born on May 14, 1959. He's, one of his famous works are 33 Strategies of War and The Art of Seduction. And to me, this kind of thing are very interesting actually, because to for me, I really enjoy to leading some sort of group, either it's for a project or hopefully one day one of my dream job is to be an officer in the military. So this book uh, is actually very good if you want to have some sort of knowledge on how to obtain power or to gain control, how to or to defend yourself against people with power, or potentially people who wants to manipulate you and your thoughts into submission by doing whatever they say they want you to do. So one of the key interesting things about this book is that for me is very realistic. I mean, there are a lot of other realistic stories out there, but for me, these kinds of things you can actually apply to it in certain situations actually, but you can use it if you see the situation calls for it. So it's actually a very situational law, uh, but a word disclaimer is that this book is just to raise awareness about how to do the aforementioned thing to preserve yourself or to gain power, but it is not something that's intended to cause an increase of sociopaths or psychopaths in our society. Usually sociopaths and psychopaths, they don't need to read a book to become one. It's part of the nature. So what back to the realistic thing, I mean, this can be actually applied if you see the world not as a beautiful perfect place and harmonious at all, but it's actually uh, if you see it as a chess piece. Actually, it's a chess game. It's every step of the way you have to calculate, you have to watch out for your surroundings, and lastly, these laws, fortunately, they have their reversals. So whether you choose to take these laws or not, that's up to you, but it is my pleasure to share you about this book. So this book also touches on few historical examples, such as Sun Tzu, the Chinese military commander, and a few more other famous peoples in history, such as Napoleon Bonaparte and the old monarchs of Europe. And yeah, you get the idea that most of it are they have real life examples, and we learn from the history of other people. So I'm going to share to you three laws from the book, and I hope you'll be moved to pick up this book and read it for yourself, because it's actually a very long book, and these are actually very summarized points. Alright, the first thing today is you have to win through your actions. By winning, I mean is that when you are giving an idea or suggestion, you don't just talk and tell people this is a good idea, you should implement this. And one of the examples given is that in ancient Greece, a conqueror actually wanted to build new ships for his expansionist activities, and the engineer, he just talks about his idea is much better without actually showing the conqueror how it how, how it wins, how it can be applied, what is the proof that his design is much more better. As a result, the engineer got sentenced to execution by fire. So it also solidifies the fact that you have to really take care of what you said, because words cannot be taken back, even if you say you are taking it back. Instead, they will forever live on in their minds unless the person forgets it. And yeah, the second point is, when you are asking for help, you try to appeal to their interests. So let's say if you are trying to start a deal with a company, you don't say that if you help me, I will get this and this. Instead, you say that if you help me, your company will grow its exposure, or you have many more better ideas to come. They will help you grow your company. But it's also, you are trying to hide the fact that you are actually gaining something. So so using it also uses some sort of psychology into what you are trying to say. In trying to achieve something, you appeal to the human's natural psychology, I would say. And last thing I would say is to guard your reputation. It's one of the laws in the book. You say, and the example given is Erwin Rommel, a German field marshal. He is known for his tactical genius and cunningness in the field. So when the enemies heard about his skills, they'll be scared to go against him. So just by reputation alone, you can actually, you can actually uh, change the perception of people towards you. So yeah. And lastly, to conclude, what does the book teach me? Exactly what I said before, is it shows that to actually survive in this world, you have to have some sort of knowledge to how to do it. It is a continuous fight to survive in this ever-growing world, and that's pretty much it, I would say, actually, because one of the laws in the book is to say less than necessary. Yeah, I'm sure it's not a good justification for me to say that now, but yeah, that's it. So I hope you'll be moved to pick up the book and get yourself some knowledge. Thank you.